and your naughtiness of heart. For surely you come down here just to see the fight. And yes, David's oldest brother now has challenged him. And you know, sometimes the opposition really is not coming from the enemy, but the opposition sometimes comes from on the inside. I'm tired of folk trying to tell me what I can and can't do. I get tired sometimes of folk telling me what I can handle and what I can't handle. I get aggravated when folk tell me, how are you? All I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be helping them if I were you. David said, rather than arguing with his brother, he says, what have I done? Is that not a call that I ought to be asking about this challenge? And then the scripture said that when David said, he heard again, he said, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. Now let me tell you something now that strikes my attention. David, the younger brother of 3 men already on the battlefield. David, who the scripture says had a youthful look and wasn't nothing but a lad of a boy. David comes and says something that some of them should have already said. Let no man's heart fail because of the giant. I know it gets hard. I know there are mountains that you can't climb. I know there are battles that you can't fight. But God is able. The scripture says, that somebody called King Saul. When they should have been dismissing it, they said, Hollywood is little boy gonna be the one we sent out for a challenge. But they were so afraid that they would have had to go until they went on and told Saul about little David. David wasn't a warrior. He wasn't a soldier, but he's just a little shepherd boy. And the scripture said that when they told King Saul about all that David had said about not letting no man's heart fail, that he would go and fight with the Philistine. The scripture said that Saul said unto David, you are just a little boy, and he is a man of war since he was a boy. Here then is some more opposition from somebody who themselves should have been doing it, but was too fearful and afraid. And what David is saying, I may not be king, I may not be in the army, but I got a God, and I know that God is able to fear this little so-called giant. He may look big to you, but God is able. When Saul told David, you just a little boy, and he been fighting since he was a little boy. The scripture said that David told King Saul, I know I'm just a little boy, but I believe I got something. Because one day when I was keeping my father's sheep, there came a lion and a bear, and took the lamb out of the flock, and I went out after him, he said, and smote him, and delivered it out of the mouth of the lion. And he said, when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him, and I slew him. And thy servant have slew both the lion and the bear. This uncircumcised Philistine shall be just like this. with his armor, put a helmet of brass on his head, and armed him with all of his armor. And when David tried to go, he said, this just don't feel right. Just a little boy trying to wear big man's clothes. He said, it doesn't feel right.